All right, guys, welcome to the Moment of Clarity Lessons in Leadership. I'm Dr. Williams, and today we're talking about leading from where you are. Listen, this is so powerful. This is so important to your leadership capacity. It's so important to your career, and I don't care what your career is. You have to become the type of person that will lead from where they are. Listen, I don't care if you're the custodian. You could be the cafeteria worker. You could be the one on the team that is entry level, but you can lead. Why? Because leadership is not just a role, leadership is a responsibility. Let me say that again. Leadership is not just a role, leadership is a responsibility. In other words, you are responsible first and foremost for leading yourself. And then you're responsible for leading those people in your sphere of influence. So leadership is a responsibility. It's not just a role. And the problem in our society today with Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and Instagram and all of these different social media platforms is so many people are leading for the clout. They're leading for just the glamour, right? They're taking pictures everywhere. They're doing videos everywhere. They go in a grocery store and they have to do a video about how they help somebody else. Listen, leadership is about responsibility. It's not about a title, and it's not about putting yourself on the forefront so everybody can see that you're leading from the front. Listen, you don't have to do that to be an effective leader. You have to know how to lead from where you are. So I want to give you two key concepts that's going to help you to lead from where you are. And anybody can do it from any position. All right, y'all ready for the two concepts? Here's the first thing that you need to understand. If you're going to lead from where you are, you have to know your skill set. Know what you're good at. Listen, if you don't know what you're good at, you're going to have trouble leading anybody. You have to know what your skill set is. What is it that you can do better than anybody else that's going to affect change in the environment and the sphere of influence that you have? Listen, you have to know what you're doing and how you're going to do it. And when you understand that policy, when you understand that principle, then you'll be able to lead from wherever you are. Listen, I've seen custodians who are able to lead other people in the building because they understood what their skill set was. Their skill set wasn't to get in there and teach or to run a meeting. Their skill set was to go in there and make that environment, number one, clean, but secondly, to be that type of person that was speaking, that was happy. And even when something was down, even when something was not producing on the level that it could have produced, that person was the one that went in and had people smiling and had people okay with change. You've got to know what your skill set is. And you can do so many things to develop that knowledge of your skill set. Number one, you can ask people who you look up to, people who you work with. Ask people who mentor you what your skill set is if you don't know. Listen, you can do so many different type of surveys and so many different type of diagnostic tests that will tell you your skill set, but if you talk to people who work with you, you talk about how they feel when you finish talking to them, you will learn what your skill set is. Listen, the first thing that you need to do if you're going to lead from where you are, no matter where that is you need to know your skill set. The second thing that you need to do if you're going to lead from where you are is you have to develop relationships. Whew. I think relationships are so powerful. And listen, in leadership, we talk about relationships so much that it almost becomes mundane, right? It almost creates an idea of something that everybody knows how to do, but nobody does it all that well. Listen, and so with relationships, because we talk about them so much, we don't spend time actually fortifying the skills needed to build effective relationships. Listen, one of the major things that you're going to have to do if you're going to build effective relationships wherever it is you work or wherever it is you serve is you can't take anything personal. Listen, if people know that they cannot get to you by personal attacks or personal remarks or things that you do that they disagree with, then you automatically begin showing them that your strength is in your mental capacity and not necessarily in your competency. Let me say that again. Your strength is in your mental capacity, not not necessarily your competency. And so people will follow people who they see is unbothered by things that are exterior that don't actually mean or matter a lot. Listen, build relationships no matter where you serve. Here's why. You never know who you're serving. You never know who you're entertaining. Listen, there's a powerful scripture that says, hey, be careful how you treat people because you could be entertaining angels unaware. Listen, I don't care if you're the custodian, the cafeteria worker, you're just the charge nurse, or you take food to each hospital room. Understand that you could be serving someone, or someone could see you. And when they see you, they see the spirit that's on you, and they want to give you a better opportunity. But that does not happen if you're not leading from where you are. Listen, and the most frustrating part about leading from where you are is that you don't get the accolades, you don't get the pay, you don't get the money. Everybody doesn't praise the person that's just leading from where they are because they do not have a title. And that's the problem in leadership. We've got so caught up in titles that we've missed the fact that leadership is a responsibility. Listen, I want you to focus on that. I want you to tap into that. I want you to understand that you can be an exceptional leader no matter where you are if you understand your skill set and how to build relationships. Listen, this was the Moment of Clarity. I'm Dr. Williams. Leave me a comment below. Like, share, subscribe. And remember, no one's following you. You're just walking. Until next time.